The inhumanity and hateful rhetoric and proposals against immigrants and immigration by the right, such as by SD, Tidö-government, and their followers. I've come here today to talk about something unnerving and shocking to me, something I also feel personally attacked by. From time to time, you are met with headlines and news from the right and SD that are shocking in their brazen disregard for immigrants. Despite it all boiling down to fears of a changing world and this reactionary response of hate and inhumanity, it persists. People's fears of economics and a changing global world where there is a rise of the global south and increasing competition from them is driving the right's politics regarding immigration. The changing position of the West in the global order is happening, and instead of addressing this issue in a way that's meaningful and through cooperation, it's been hijacked by racist movements and channeled into these anti-immigration sentiments to soothe white people's fears. Yet the problem persists. We must become wiser than that. What kind of society are we becoming if every crisis is answered with more division? Immigrants did not create every economic problem. Refugees did not destroy the welfare state. Ordinary working people from different nations are not natural enemies. I- Yet politicians continue to speak as if fear itself is a solution. A nation cannot build a future only through suspicion and hostility. It cannot heal social fragmentation by creating even deeper fragmentation between people. Real strength comes from stability, dignity, solidarity, and purpose. The world is changing rapidly. Economic power is shifting. Technology is transforming labor. Housing crisis, inequality, and social alienation are growing across the West. These are complex problems that require intelligence, cooperation, and long-term thinking, but instead many politicians offer emotional scapegoats. They tell frightened people that immigrants are the central cause of decline, while deeper structural problems remain unsolved. This creates anger but not renewal. It creates division but not resilience. We must reject both hatred and naive denial. We need a society where integration works, where communities are safe, where families are strong, and where human dignity is protected, regardless of background. History shows us that societies become dangerous when fear replaces wisdom and when political movements gain power by turning ordinary people against one another. Sweden must not become colder, smaller, and more bitter. It must become wiser, stronger, and more humane. Us immigrants demand justice and respect for us. All of us who stand in solidarity with refugees and those who want to immigrate to other countries. We want to end this. We stand we stand our foot down to this and do not tolerate this rise in xenophobia and anti-immigration sentiments and politics. The cheering of and gleeful agitation toward decreasing immigration is prolific online and creates a pit in the stomach and baffles every time. Instead of taking responsibility for their power and privilege that white people still possess in great amounts, they are kicking down on the less fortunate brown and black folks in the West and in the world when their wealth is somewhat threatened, much to the heart-wrenching dismay of the rest of a lot of us. We want to offer real solutions to people's problems instead of demonizing voters, instead of them getting detoured to politics that just appeal to shallow emotions and scapegoats immigrants. We want to get at the deeper structural issues. We will help with more affordable housing, housing first policies, build larger, more affordable homes, build many more homes, improve the economy and stabilize the economy, expand affordability politics, make everything more affordable, work on better integration, find means to create more integration, find ways to address the socio-economic factors behind crime, dealing and mitigating social and income inequality and economical inequality that also is a cause of crime in society. We want to address crime and lower crime rates and prevent crime more by applying socialist policies against crime. By investing in crime prevention, we can lower crime. By focusing on public safety, protection of people and society, and rehabilitation and integration, people who offend back into society instead people who offend back into society instead of a punitive approach and punishment. We can address crime in a way that is compassionate and maintains dignity for all while creating justice and social justice. I want to say a word on what the hard rhetoric of anti-immigration politics can be described as and what impact it can have on viewers. The hard rhetoric can be described as a feeling of violence has been done to you. There is this feeling that there is a violence behind those words. It can feel gutting, but I don't want to be a victim. I can feel how heavy it is to say these words. I don't want them to take from us. These words of anti-immigration are said obtusely and suddenly, without softening or easing into it respectfully and with politeness and diplomacy. What can be derived from that? Nothing else can be concluded from that except a stark inhumanity directed at immigrants and refugees. That's what I feel. I'm sick and tired of the bombardment of this from the media so often. And the matter is getting worse and more urgent. Us immigrants need to organize politically and our allies to combat this. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to Demokrati, Folk och Religion.